Jurgen, obviously we've spoken before in this room about the battle against racism. I just wonder, with that in mind and what's been said in the past, what do you think of UEFA's punishment handed out to the Bulgarian FA for racist abuse? They were obviously hit with a €75,000 fine, a 2-game stadium ban, one of which has been suspended for 2 years.
It's really difficult to judge something like that. I'm not sure what is the appropriate punishment for something like that, but two things I can say about it is I don't think it's too important to discuss now the kind of punishment. It's much more important that we spoke about it, that we speak about it, and it will not happen in the future. That's the thing. And now usually I think that's a system that the punishment should lead to that people don't do it anymore because it was too expensive or they cannot play the games. But in this specific case, that is not the case, I would say, because the people, it was not the Bulgarian FA who was responsible in the situation, but different people who did it, and we have to make sure that they don't do it anymore. So that's what have to be done after that, and even more. Now we live in a time where it's obviously the problem is coming up again or existing still, whatever, and all what we can do and what we can try that we sort it for the future, just to make aware of the things, just to point on it, but discuss it in the right way and don't discuss the wrong things afterwards. I don't understand really why we discuss the punishment, because if we would have asked for I don't know how much money and a 5-game ban, whatever, would that lead to the situation that these guys, not only in Bulgaria, because it's not only a Bulgarian problem, but these guys then would have said, okay, oh, sorry, we don't do it again. So that's where we have to work on and not discussing the punishment too much.
For yourselves, what's the latest regarding when you might fit in the League Cup quarter-final, and what chances there of you possibly playing two different sides in separate parts of the world in the same week?
I don't know, we discussed it obviously already, we have to, because we have not too much time to make that decision, but it's not no final decision yet. But of course, if we would play while we are in Qatar, there would be two different teams, but we cannot leave any players at home for the Carabao Cup. It's not, we have 2 games there in a very busy period. It's not that we can go there and with 11 players and say, okay, these 11 guys play the 2 games in Qatar and the other guys play at home in England against Aston Villa. So that doesn't work like this. So, but we have to make a decision, and we will make the decision, but not yet.
Trent, if selected, will make his 100th appearance for the club. Only turned 21 last month. How do you describe his development? Do you see him as the best attacking right back in the world now, and what more is still to come from him?
A lot. He's so young and already so experienced, and wonderful story for different reasons. I know that in Liverpool everybody is desperate for having a Scouse hero and making its way through to the first team. I think Alexander Thorpe said when he made his first appearance, and he said, okay, it's good, great, wonderful, but it's not about having one experience, one game. It's about getting 100 or whatever. I think that's what he said, and that's now we can talk about that. There was not a lot of bad ones in these 100 games. That's good. I wish for him that he can stay healthy, that he can stay fit, and then the future is bright for him and for us. So that's how it is. But yeah, it's a fantastic story, great role model. The way he deals with exactly that role is sensational. He's really he's relaxed about that, but feels responsible as well. So that's, yeah. I said it, I think a week ago. It's really a pleasure to work with him. To be fair, and that's the best thing I can say about a player.
Thank you. Juliet?
Yeah, just going back to kind of connected to the competitions that you're in at the moment and the scheduling of them. You've spoken in the past, is there like a real concern that elite players and elite athletes are being pushed too far, they're being running into the demand that is on them to play, not just domestic, but obviously you've got football, but you've got the internationals as well, and you've got all these other competitions that you're trying to compete in?
Look, that's one part of of our relationship, which I don't like too much, because I don't think that it's okay for you only to ask the question, let me give the answer, and at the end, watch what happens. Because you write the things, if I make now again create headlines, and we have a headline for a day, and some people will say, why is he moaning, he earns that much money, blah, blah, blah. That's what I don't like, because it's not, the discussion needs to, it's obvious that it's too much. It's absolutely obvious. Everybody involved in the game would tell you that, and you know it as well. So, but then it's still, yeah, but let's have a look how they deal with it. So that's how it is. And if you see the schedule which is coming up, it's all okay. We for example, Premier League, what a competition, sensationally cool, blah, blah, blah. But then a Carabao Cup, nice competition, obviously. What a wonderful game we had on Wednesday night, stuff like this. But then there's still, in end of January, after a very busy, I think end of January, after a very busy schedule in December, there are 2 semi-finals. It's an easy decision for me to say, okay, if you keep that competition, why you don't make 2 semi-finals? And then we have still in the following February, March and April, we have FA Cup games at the weekend. And you can discuss that always. I'm 4 years in, and before I knew about it, people discussed it already. And now you see it, and I think, okay, that is really a problem, of course. That's the difference to other countries, when Italy have 20 teams as well, cup competition. But these are all the differences. The only country where really nobody wants to touch it, or maybe wants to touch it. The FA wants to touch the League Cup, the Football League wants to touch the FA Cup, but nobody really discussed it about it. And then on top of that, the UEFA decides to make the Nations League, to give to the players who are already pretty busy. There's very successful players, good players, give them a couple of more intense games. I said that before, and it always sounds like it's my problem. It's not at all my problem. I'm not involved in Nations League games. I don't play international games at all. I have a week off or a couple of days off, stuff like this. It's not my problem. I only discuss it with them, if you want, from the same perspective like you should discuss it, but you don't. That's how it is. You don't. You only report what I say. And as long as it's like this, there's no pressure on anybody. We have exactly the same situation, and then we look why the best players in the world cannot perform on the highest level as long as we wish for, or they get bad injuries and stuff like this. And then people say, okay, then you need a bigger squad. But the game is not made for bigger squads. You cannot make a 40-player squad and 20 of them you send on holiday until January and say, oh, now you come in, but we pay for all of them. That's not possible. That's just not how it works. So in the moment, it's a disbalance between the numbers of players you have in a squad, the competitions you have to play, and a big gap between the breaks the boys usually would need and they get. If you are an international player and play all the big competitions in the world, pretty much, if you have to play, then you have per year 2 weeks off. That's in fact 2 weeks. The Manes, the Salahs, the Hendersons, all these guys, they have 2 weeks off a year. So, and now you tell me, in a physical, pretty demanding job, with it's pressure in as well. So we cannot say, okay, this game is not too important. This game, come on, we don't have to play really stuff like that. We cannot say it, and that means that's the situation. So the situation is clear. The solutions, I think there would be a few possible, but it was not one day that FIFA, UEFA, Premier League, or the leagues, and maybe then the football leagues, I don't know exactly if that's something else, but that they have to sit on the table and really discuss and think about the players, and not about their wallet. So that's the moment, probably. But we cannot change that, obviously. I discuss it, and now I can always, it's probably not even 50-50 what people think about what I say. It's probably 40-60, 30-70, because we discuss it always on a back of the money we earn. That makes you not stronger, more resilient for the situation. It's not like this. It's just that these are the games we have to play, and we will play them with all we have. But somebody has to think about how many games it will be.
I was just going to ask
an easier question. Yes, no, maybe.
Joel Matip, where are we then in terms of coaching?
Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not ready. No, he will out.
Joel and Naby.
Joel and Naby. Naby, I don't know yet. We will see. Joel is not available for the next yeah, few weeks, unfortunately.
Few weeks.
Who said?
You said few weeks for Joe.
Yeah, but what could that mean? Couple of is 2, right?
Yeah.
So then, so few is more than 3.
City though as well. So.
Yeah.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
How has Jordan Henson reacted to playing in a wider position? He was so good at the end of last year when he played it in that more advanced role.
Not really a wider position, to be honest. The pitch is big enough that players have to cover all these different spaces, but it's a hard position. It's number 8, very good, obviously, very, very good. And yeah, well, now I didn't think at all about that, about this question. So, yeah, obviously I like what he's doing, that's why he plays so often. So let me say it like this. And very important for us for different reasons. And yes, against United and Tottenham, we adapted a little bit to the formation of the opponent, so that's why he played it then in moments a bit wider. But that's not a general position. That's just still a number 8 half position. If we play 4-3-3, then it's the half position. And yeah, and sometimes the interpretation of the position is free, much more. You have much more freedom on a position like this than you have on a position 6. So with this dynamic and athletic, it's it's a good position for him, obviously.
And just another on the midfield, we've all seen Gini Van Album score some great goals for Holland over the last year, but obviously he plays a more disciplined role for Liverpool. Does it say just how good a player he is that he's able to adapt to all these different positions?
Yeah, that's no surprise. And he played for us at 6 as well. So, yeah, it's no surprise. He's a smart football player. That's as a midfield player, it's not that complicated to adapt a little bit to these things. But playing a rather advanced position, number 10 for Holland, it's not a massive difference. There are setups for us. Depends to who are the 3. Where Gini is the highest of the 8s and or of the midfield players. But yeah, he has all the skills to do that, of course.
And just quickly on, just going back to Wednesday, how important an experience was it for all these young lads to get that kind of game under their belt so early on in their career and just get that never say die attitude so early in their career?
Oh, I thought I said everything about that after the game, but it's the best. Even the result of the 5-5 is the best way to learn things, because it's if you win 1-0 this game, but if you think back to it, it was not possible, obviously, for both teams to defend that night, to leave the pitch with a clean sheet. But it's about having been. What we have to do is to make these boys ready for the rest of their career. And one important part, and you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to speak about it, you don't want to. Your parents, as parents, you don't want to have your kids facing difficult situations, but it helps. So because hey, that's not the end of the world, so let's carry on, blah blah blah, stuff like this, and that's how a football game sometimes is, and our career is. There will be setbacks, and in a game like this, staying on track like they did, dealing with the little individual mistakes they made, but even with the mistakes somebody else made, that was exceptional. That's why I was so pleased and so happy for them that it worked out. I said if you would have lost 5-4, it would have been exactly the same experience, everything fine. But so it's much nicer. And what I really like is that I think the crowd was a bit mixed up to what the people who watch the games usually. And I think when I saw in the first moment, when we arrived at the hotel, I saw so many signs, Sadio, Mo, and then the people saw, oh, they are not even a bus. Then maybe one or the other was a bit disappointed that the big guns don't play, but they learned it then better, because the boys did really well, and it was really exciting to watch them. The potential they have, we all know about, but using it like they did on Wednesday night is really impressive, so I'm really pleased for them.
Fabinho is one booking away from a suspension football match, the City game against Villa. Do you give any consideration to that?
Don't know yet. Yeah, have to see. Yeah, I know it, of course. What we do with that, I don't know. We have to see.
But play, do you ask him to...
No challenges at all. Yeah. Oh, that's how we could now come and talk about Aston Villa. That's a good turnaround. That's not possible against Aston Villa, playing without challenges, and especially in that position. So, no, you cannot ask for this. The player knows it, I know it. Is there any game when you think, okay, that's a good game to get a fifth yellow card? Maybe other teams are pretty smart in that and take them, get them. I don't know. Never did it. But yes, it's something. It's information, and we have to deal with it. And maybe he has to deal with it on the pitch, or I have to deal with it with the lineup. So I didn't make a final decision yet, and so we will see.
Happy camp, yeah. That's Ingrid and then I'll go across. Yes.
Hi, Jurgen. Today is November 1st. Around a quarter of the season is done. How would you sum it up so far? Is it like you expected?
Exactly. No clue how we could give the point away at Man United. No, of course not. But I didn't think about it, to be 100% honest. And when you started the question, I thought I know exactly in which direction we lead. But then you saw that the first quarter, and the only thing I thought, oh my God, 3 quarters still to go. So that's how it is. We have to play so many games. And how you can imagine, we sat down together for a couple of times and talked about the situation around the Carabao Cup. So, and then you go through the fixture list, and then everybody tries to fit it in somewhere, this possible game, and you think, wow. And then that's really, it's a long way to go, and a lot of problems to sort, and a lot of yards and miles to run. So it's how I said plenty of times, it's the basis we created, and it's a much better basis we could have expected, points-wise. But the only real thing, what we think about is actually Aston Villa, how we can deal with that challenge. And it's a tough one, because Aston Villa is obviously very, very, very good team. Start was a bit unlucky, I would say. They performed pretty much from the beginning, but didn't get results. And now they had the results. And now they are to the quality they have. Now they have confidence as well. And they want to be 100%. One reason that our start will not be even better than it is so far. So yeah, we have to be ready for that.
David? No? Richard? Anything from you?
Yeah, Arsenal fixing, you said in the week that he's not at the level that he expects to be. Obviously, he's had quite a good run of games and scored some important goals. Do you think he's maybe setting quite high standards for himself that probably he wouldn't do if he hadn't come back from the injury?
No, he's right, but it's no problem. That's exactly how it is. Look, somebody asks a question, and then a player says, "Yeah, I doesn't feel that I'm exactly where I want to be." So yes, scoring-wise, obviously, can he score better goals than he scored? I'm not sure. The one at Genk, both the Genk pretty much were exceptional, and that now was a real stunner. So on Wednesday night, so that just shows, and there are a lot of moments where he's really outstanding, but then other moments where he's not really involved. And these things, that's our life as a footballer, that we always have to always try to reach perfection. So that's it. And there's really so many games because where he still needs to find rhythm, stuff like this. But it's no problem. How is that? It's no problem. That's exactly for us. Always, it's a long-term injury and a long-term project, coming back from a really bad injury. But it's good that a player thinks like that and doesn't think, okay, I scored 2 goals, so I played world class, because the game has more to do. There are more jobs to do, and he knows that. That's good. But I'm fine, completely fine with his shape or with the form he's in. But we both know there's quite some space for improvement, and that's good news.
So how far away do you think from your perspective he is from reaching that level?
Don't know, because unfortunately I'm not too good in remember, but was he in his best shape ever before he got the injury? Man City at home, these couple of games when it was just exceptional. Yeah, but it's not about being there, because that's something what happens when you are in your best shape, then you have these kind of performances. No, it's just being more involved, feeling the spaces better. So I don't know where he is. It's not too important to me. I just know that there's still more to come, and that's for me really good news.